Howdy guys, welcome to the homestead and welcome to my channel where I'm sharing my journey of creating self-sustainability and freedom from my home in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. I thought today would be a good opportunity to take you out into the woods on my homestead, the homestead forest, and show you what I have for property back here. Take a minute to check my trail cam and I'll show you the different things that I've had out here. I own about 8 acres, a little less, and 3 of it is cleared with my home and the lawn, and about 5 of it, give or take, is forested. When I bought the property, there was trails cut through here, and I've just maintained them over the years. You can see there's a lot of fallen trees and wood, and that's one of the big projects that I have on the forest back here, is just maintaining all the trails and trying to clear a lot of the debris so it's just easier to see when we're out here hunting, because that's one of my major endeavors on the homestead forest, is to be able to take game.
Hey baby, it's cold outside. Let's throw another log on the fire. And maybe you'll know it's time to let go. Hey baby, move closer to me. I'll show you how love should be. Take it off nice and slow, like the music on the radio. I know you've been hurt before, but I'm not that kind. My mind. Hey baby, let's get it right. Even if it takes all night, don't go too fast. I want this to last. And I know you've been hurt before, but I'm not that kind. I know you're thinking I'm out of my mind. I know you've been hurt before, but I'm not that kind. I know you're thinking, but you ain't gonna hurt no more.
So here's the camera. Doesn't look like there's been anything past the camera since it's really snowed heavily in the last couple of days. There's some other tracks back this way that are fresher.
In high school, I was a social outcast. I was so uncool. I didn't have the words and I didn't have the moves. But now I know just what I want to say to you. Hey baby, move closer to me. I'll show you how love should be. And I know you've been hurt before, but I'm not that kind. I know you're thinking I'm out of my mind. I know you're thinking that I'm out of my mind. Hey baby.
We are in the middle of Vermont's muzzleloader season, and I haven't tagged my 1 buck limit yet this year. So of course I am going to carry my rifle while I'm out checking the cameras, because you never know when you're gonna get lucky.
Hey baby, I'm out of my mind. 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 I'm out of my mind.
I remembered a camera that I had set on the south side of my property that I haven't been using because I had very little traffic on it. Thought it'd be a good idea to pick that up, and then I can reset it in a better location and make a great video. You guys can see what I get right from the very beginning. I really like to take advantage of every bit of daylight I have to spend in the woods during hunting season. So when I was done strapping the camera from the tree, before I went inside to see what I had, I just slid down the path, sat in a little ground blind I have. As I was sitting out, waiting for a deer to possibly come by, gave me a lot of time to reflect on the different critters I had on the trail cam and the things I wanted to show you. Small game, like raccoons, bunny rabbits, just munching away on some leaves. It's always interesting to see the different wildlife and how they act in their natural habitat. I've had predators back there, like coyotes. Numerous times we've had the coyotes run through. One of the other really cool things I've caught on the camera throughout the year is a hen turkey, a mother with her small flock of babies. You can see little babies walking under the underbrush. This is back in the end of July. And then again, a month later, even more so, the end of August, you can see how much the little ones have grown up. They're about 3/4 the size of their mom now. And now, in this photo, November, they're just about the size of their mom. Still little. You still tell they're poults. But it's nice. Then we're going to get into all the deer I've seen back there. I've had a few does. These are the very first doe I caught on this camera. This was back in the end of May. And you can see in the springtime, they're right out in broad daylight at 10:30 in the morning, hanging out, eating the ferns. But as the year progresses, the deer, they get nocturnal. You can see her coat in the springtime. She's shedding off all that winter hair and looks kind of mangy and straggly, but it's just because she's losing that winter coat and putting the nice summer coat on. Here's another photo. 6-7 p.m. There's a little fawn going through with her mother. It's always cute to see the babies. And like I said, come September, October, started to see him at night, midnight. And that just became the normal after that. This is the first buck that I caught on camera. He's just a little spiker. Actually, he's got 3 points. Would be a legal buck in my area, I think, but let's see if there's anything bigger back there. Looks like I got a few images on the card. Let's see what we caught on the trail camera over the last week or so. Oh, nice. First thing we got is a doe. She looks really curious. She's smelling around, just looking at all of her surroundings. Looks like she came through as it was snowing late at night, 9:49. She stuck around in front of the camera for about a minute and then snuck off. The way she's sniffing and the way her tail's moving, I'm wondering if she's receptive. Might be a buck around too. There's another doe. Could be the same one. Came through 2 hours later. Well, about an hour later. And a smaller one following her. Oh, what's this? Ah, looks like there's a person back here at just before 5 o'clock. He must have been a bow hunter because rifle season was closed at that point in time. That's the first time I've ever seen a person on my camera, on my property. I don't have my property posted or signs for no trespassing or anything like that. I don't mind if someone's out there hunting in the vast woods behind my land and they travel through. The guy's obviously not, on my property hunting, sitting in my location or anything like that. He's just traveling through. So I don't really have a problem with it. Oh, we got another deer. Looks like a doe. It's a buck. A little 4-pointer, small-bodied deer, but it's always super exciting to see a buck on the camera. In the years to come, he could be a trophy. Oh, cool. About an hour after that small buck came through, there's a fox traveling right along the same path. It's the first time I've seen a fox on the camera. I always get kind of excited when I see a new critter back there that I haven't caught on film yet. Last, doesn't look like there's anything in this video. It's just the snow. Something tripped the camera. Sometimes when you have it on video, the critter that's in there might go by too fast, so the camera isn't able to get it. If it was on picture, you might see it. Doesn't really look like there's any kind of tracks or anything, but I can see going in front of the camera. I think probably the motion sensor was tripped by the snow. So that's all I got on the camera this week, but I got some other really cool things I want to show you. This is where it gets really exciting. I had some trophy animals on my property this fall. First up, I want to show you this bear. Now this is a really big black bear. I'd guess live weight, he's close to 450 pounds. This bear is a true trophy by anyone's standards, especially here in northeastern Vermont. My neighbor saw him in his driveway the night before, so I was really hoping I got him on the camera. And to see him back here, it's just amazing. If I saw this guy during season, I would love to take him. It'd give me a freezer full of sausage and a beautiful pelt. And the same day I checked this camera and saw that bear, I had this. A trophy buck. Huge rack. He's got an 8 points. He's got even a drop tine. A drop tine on antlers is like an abnormality. This one comes down, hence the term drop. And instead of normally where it goes upwards, just adds some real character to the buck's antlers. Unique, makes it a trophy. I'd guess this deer is probably like 170 pounds. Take him any day. Absolute Northeast monarch. Man, this buck is a trophy. He was on here November 10th, and that was just a few days before the opening of rifle season, during the crossbow season. And he's out there at 3 o'clock in the morning. Just amazing. My jaw dropped when I saw him, and I was just totally psyched for this season. I sat back there as often as I could trying to get him. And then, lo and behold, something even better came by. I never thought in a million years I would see anything that got me more excited than that drop tine buck. But then this guy came along. I was out there calling, and I had my crossbow. I sat out this evening until I couldn't see any longer. When I got inside, it was 4:38. I'd been using a doe bleat and trying to simulate a female deer in heat to try to bring in a curious buck. And then when I check my cameras, I see this. An unbelievable monster buck. He came in at 5:11, 40 minutes after I was calling. You can see him looking around, his ears moving, trying to listen to see if he can hear that doe. That was actually me. If he would have just come in 40 minutes sooner, I could have had him. This is 20 yards from where I was standing. Look at the size of him. It's unbelievable. He's a 10-pointer. He's actually got a small little extra point in his antler, maybe 11, depending on how big that tiny one is. Just unbelievable trophy buck. And man, I didn't waste a minute. I spent as much time back there as I could. I tried to call him in again. I tried moving 100 yards away from that spot and doing my calling and then sneaking up, hoping he might come in a little closer. But really, a buck like this, he's just roaming around during the rut, smelling for does. I was lucky to be there, the right place at the right time, where he heard my calling, came in. But you never know when it might happen again. So I had to just keep hammering it and getting out there as often as I could to try to get after him. I cannot believe the size of that deer. Well, that's really all I got to show you today. if you like this video, seeing the wildlife that I have in the Homestead Forest, the different things I catch on my trail camera, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing periodic updates of what I catch back there. I also have that camera that I pulled off a tree on the north side of my property. I'm going to do a video of setting that up, show you guys what I do when I set up a camera, some tips and tricks to catching wildlife on the trail cam, and then you guys can just see the whole process of setting the camera up and everything that I catch on the camera from the first day it's set up. If that sounds interesting, stay tuned.